in the water, in the forest, and not in stone. A legend was born. From beneath the walkways of the one god, the many, our older gods, push up like weeds through the cracks. And a story older than our memories needs retelling by us.
The people of Avalon!
Our home is the island in the sacred lake, where the other world meets the realm of men. The power of Avalon is nurtured by the lady, Nimue.
Stories gave birth to us.
Stories give life to us.
Stories grow strong with the retelling.
Join us in our story and complete the circle.
Listen to the story we bring. It is the greatest of all.
The legend of King Arthur,
who some call the Child of Merlin.
It is no simple tale, though others may claim to know its heart. Go back many hundreds of years. Britain blows cold as the Roman eagle flies back to its nest.
The priests of the Carpenter walk through the blood of our druids who fell under Caesar's hand.
Uther Pendragon is slain.
He leaves the land without an heir.
This is the time of uncertainty, when loyalty and love tear the land apart, and betrayal begins, as it has done before, with a kiss.
In the regrets of Guinevere, our story is strong.
In the guilt of Lancelot, our story finds its way.
In the fire-bright vengeance of Morgan of the Fairies, our story twists.
And in the greed of Mordred, our story dies.
In the steadfastness of Bedivere, our story is reborn!
We are Avalon!
This is our story!
Caesar's brute hand is unread.
unite us against the Saxons. Have faith in the Merlin.
Kings are decided by bloodlines and battle.
Not swords and stones.
Well, if it's bloodlines and strength you want, I am the one true king.
Is that so, Lord?
Your strength will get you nowhere if you can't find the stone.
See where the stone slots you.
Merlin, is it too soon? Is the boy ready for this?
He is ready. The boy is everything we had hoped for. He has the heart of Avalon and the training of a Roman general. He will be a king of legend.
But he has not been warned of this day.
We will guide him. Come him away. The sword and the stone.
14 bags of gold. I need 2 bags of gold. What?
Great, great.
Take his heart, God and do it. How fair is. You gonna come to us?
Whosoever draws the sword from the stone is the true king of Britain.
I will take a challenge.
Stand aside, children. This is a job for a warrior, not some old king. Curse you, Merlin, and your petty hedge magic. The stone is charmed. No man can take the sword.
Then let a woman try. Why should there not be another queen of Britain?
Oh, let's give her a hand. Up with your hands.
Fools! Out of my way! Let a king of true royal blood take the sword.
Volskan's black blood cannot be our royalty.
Careful, Urians.
What did I say, Lord?
Brother, you never have been, nor never will be, a match for me in a fight. Ha! Oh, you know I'm better than you, Kai.
I doubt it. What you don't seem to understand, my dear brother, is that it's all in the eyes, like catching a good woman. Ha! If you take your eyes off your opponent, even for a split second, they can crack your skull, send one through your ribs, or even trip you up. No! Go and fetch my sword! There's both people here! Go! Fetch my sword!
Damn you, Kai. Fetch your own sword.
introduce you. Arthur, King of the Britons. Arthur, these are the Britons.
Right, do it again then! Come on, boy! It's loose! Now, put it back in! Put it back in! Go on, Jodek.
Come on, Judith.
Go on, man! No! Do it again! Come on!
As I said, Arthur, King of the Britons!
What does it mean to be a king? The head with grace and crown. He's a man to join the people with the land around. Does this boy dare to try and keep the ancient sword? Do we know the God supporting will his voice be heard? We dream of salvation, a king for this nation, a leader as pure as the sky. This boy has no wisdom, untested in battle. Can he be our savior? Fight every Saxon or die! Ha!
What does it mean to be a king and bear the weight alone? Avalon and the land will guide me when I take the throne. I am the one that fate decrees will hold the ancient sword. Trust your eyes, the gods believe that my voice will be heard.
I have the power to temper our purpose, forge us with his battle cry. This is the king that can lead us to glory, sword at the ready, protect us with valor, fight for the kingdom or die! Ha! Ha!
Arthur is the true king of Britain. He is the son of Uther Pendragon, the last High King, who died 16 years ago.
Stories of Avalon.
Calm yourself. Let the people of Avalon tell you the tale.
The story begins with the great Duke Galois and his daughter Morgan at his wedding to the beauteous Igraine.
Do you like your new stepmother, Morgan?
Yes. As is the custom, the proud Galois presented his new wife to the High King, Uther Pendragon. I congratulate you on your luck, Galois. You have ensnared a most beautiful creature.
He said as he cast his eyes upon the lovely bride.
Since you are married, there will be no dishonor in sharing your husband's luck with your king. Come, dance with me.
Igraine consented. After all, he was the High King and not a man to be refused anything.
And they danced and danced all night.
Galois turned on the king, saying,
You may be High King, Uther, but no queen of yours will ever match the beauty of Igraine. And you will never have her, as long as I live.
So saying, he swept his wife up and whisked her back to the safety of Tintagel Castle.
Uther was consumed with lust, and he burned with the indignation of a king defied.
I will have her!
He said, and set off to make war with Galois.
But the might of a king is no match for the love of a husband. Months of fierce battles could not quench the thirst Uther felt for Igraine. So he turned to subtler methods and summoned Merlin.
Merlin, I command you.
Merlin replied,
I will give you what you want, but the fruit of your seed will be mine.
Yes, anything! Anything! Just do it!
Said Uther in desperation. That night, Merlin transformed Uther into the likeness of Galois, and while the brave duke battled for the honor of his wife, Uther strode into Tintagel Castle and took his place in the marriage bed.
But deep in the shadows, the young Morgan wept as she beheld the High King of Britain ravishing her stepmother.
In that very moment, on a far hilltop, the usurper's men slayed her father!
No!
Uther married Igraine, and for 9 months enjoyed her beauty. But the time soon came for the child to be born. At the appointed hour, Merlin arrived to bear witness as a young wife lay dying, newborn babe in arms.
Give me the boy, Arthur. He is a child of Avalon now.
And Uther Pendragon cried out to the gods in grief.
No!
Uther gave up the boy and spent the rest of his days in a lonely, living death.
Until the gods relieved him of his life in battle, a few months later.
Britain, without a leader, was plunged into darkness.
The orphaned Morgan, also known as Morgan of the Fairies, because of her matchless beauty, and the gift child Arthur, were brought to us on our island of Avalon.
Arthur, King of Britain! As is right for a king from Avalon, we present you with your throne, carved from one of the oldest trees on our island.
I, Lancelot of Bannock, pledge my life and sword to the service of the king.
Arthur, it fills my heart with great pride to see the boy I trained become king. I will be honored to serve at your side.
How does Benedict know the boy? Where did he train him?
At my father's house. It's all clear now. You brought him to us, Merlin. I remember.
I never knew cousin Igraine had a boy by Uther Merlin. Why did you hide him from us?
Arthur is Uther and Igraine's son. If you had known he lived, would he live now, Lot? And you others, babies die easily. He has been trained for kingship secretly.
Arthur came to Avalon for 10 years to learn the matters of the Druids and of the true religion. He is a child of Merlin and Avalon.
Then I took him to be trained in the house of Victorius, Kai's father, in the best Roman fashion. Arthur is a master of strategy and battle.
It's true. He's good. Bedivere came and trained us both. I didn't know who you were, Arthur.
As I didn't.
It's not enough, Merlin. This is all sorcery and trickery.
Why should we accept this fledgling?
More sorcery.
You are all so brave as a sword in the stirrup. Where's your courage now there's real danger?
Stand aside. I'll make a trophy of it.
No! Ha! What's this, a king afraid of bloodshed? Why don't we just give the kingdom to the Saxons?
Oh, stand away, all of you.
Come on now.
Don't do it!
Take it, that's it. Shoot your back out first.
You fight each other, marry to one.
At your feet.
Get it, Arthur, you need your sword.
Grab its tongue.
Boy.
It's only a
Check yourself.
A mockery.
Sir Dragon.
Even my dragon, Arthur's friend from Avalon, recognizes the High King when he sees him.
Merlin, it's time to greet you properly. And how fares my Avalon?
Oh, it is more peaceful since you left Wart.
Merlin!
Sorry, my lord and king.
Did you know all along about the
Of course I knew.
Arthur!
17 years.
Brother!
Morgan of the Fairies? I've missed you all these years.
You have pulled Excalibur from the stone of Avalon. Use her wisely to attack your enemies. let me present you with the scabbard I have made to protect Excalibur and you. As I cared for you like a little brother in Avalon, let me continue to do so in the real world through the scabbard. Woven into the leather is a double power. My devotion and the druid powers of Avalon. Whoever holds the scabbard, their blood shall not be spilt. Wear it always, and you shall not die of blood lost in battle.
Hold fast! Sword in the stone, mythical scabbards, fairies. This is true royal blood. What do we know of this boy apart from stories and dragons? Where is his strength to be proved?
The questing beast!
There is no need for the questing beast!
The beast doesn't even exist!
Yes, it does. I've seen it.
It exists.
Yes, I saw it. At midnight, by the Lake of Avalon. 50 foot tall, eyes like fire, teeth the size of Saxon warriors, and a mouth that'll swallow you whole.
Enough of this foolish talk!
Arthur must fight the beast. This is how we find our chosen king.
The beast comes from Cananus, lord of the animals.
The true king must prove he can rule the whole land, animals and humans together.
The beast has many faces to see into the heart of its opponent. He who defeats the beast will be wise and true.
I'm not afraid to take any test you set me. I will fight the beast. I did not know I was to be High King. But if I am the one to do this, then I shall.
It is decided. We will meet on the shores of the Lake of Avalon in 14 days. The people of Avalon will summon the questing beast.
My Lord Lancelot!
You saw?
I did! And I'm so proud of you!
And Lancelot, it's just as we've always dreamed. A strong ruler for Britain, and you, a champion by his side. And Arthur, tell me, Lancelot, what is he like?
I don't know. I didn't even speak to him. It was just that of all the great warriors and grand kings gathered here, with Arthur there was something different. I mean, he's young, my age, but he just made you feel...
Special.
Oh, something more, like you could just tell he was the one.
Yes, he's the one. I felt it too, Lancelot, from deep inside me. There's something different about him. There's a balance of courage and valor, a kindness and a sensitivity. Oh, and wisdom, and a purity, such purity, and faith.
A very different faith to yours, my dear Guinevere.
Yes, but still faith. And I feel with just a single word or a gesture, he could unite our people.
For once he's defeated the questing beast, Arthur will be High King of Britain.
The questing beast, Lancelot. Tell me more about this questing beast. It's from Avalon, isn't it? That place scares me.
Guinevere, the questing beast is not the concern of good little Christian girls.
Why?
Because the mystical ways of Avalon are beyond the limits of your fragile mind.
I'll have you know that my mind is far from fragile.
And you, Lancelot, how deep is your knowledge of Avalon?
Listen here. Lord Lancelot knows a great deal about the ways of Avalon. His family are one of the old families.
Guinevere! What do you want with us, Morgan of the Fairies?
We want a number of things, Lancelot.
We? Who's we?
Guinevere!
By declaring loyalty so soon, you are now my Arthur's first companion. Once he has defeated the questing beast, he will be High King, and his first task will be to bring back, to defeat the Saxons. He is also a son of Avalon, and is sworn to bring back the old gods to Britain.
How?
Avalon need to know where your loyalties lie, Lancelot.
My loyalties lie with Arthur. I will fight for his causes, and we will always be together.
Lancelot.
Just as the two of you will always be together.
But of course.
The Merlin will be pleased to know that you are with us, Lancelot.
She scares me, Lancelot.
You scare so easily.
Oh, you are such a tree.
Surely there must be more to being a king. There must be mercy.
Well said! You have truly defeated the questing beast and proved yourself worthy of kingship. Any blood-soaked oath can kill. Now, Arthur, address your people.
Well done, boy. Did you do it? You're in.
He killed the beast, did he?
My people, I'm not going to promise you great riches, green land, or fair weather. I have no control over nature or the gods, and so I make you no promises. Instead, I make requests. I ask for a new beginning. I ask for a court in which each man and woman stands free amongst their companions. And I ask for a united Britain to defeat the Saxons. We squabble amongst ourselves like children and allow our people to be massacred like a crop before the storm. Divided, we are a nation destroyed by petty argument. But together, then I believe that we could be great once more. Britain, without swift action, we will be forced to join the great tide of our people overseas, banished forever by the advancing Sacs. But we cannot take action if we do not stand together and be as strong and as proud a nation as the gods will allow. Then, and only then, will our bards be given fresh hope, and in the stories they tell, the great poems they recite, it will not be the names of long-dead heroes, but your names, the names of my companions that will ring out to a generation enjoying the peace that you gave them. People of Britain, do you wish to look into your grandchild's eye and tell them that you failed them? That they live as slaves because you could not work together? do you wish to tell them that yes, it is you, their blood relation to whom the great bard Merlin refers in his epic tales? I'm not a man in search of riches or status. I'm a Briton in search of the lost soul of his nation. Trust in me, your king, and together, I believe that we might just rekindle that weak flame once more.
Teudric and the tribes of Gwent. Cuniglas of Powys.
Geraint of Dunmonia.
Acknowledge the new king. Urians of Rigid.
Guinevere of the Cordovici.
Cartamando of the Brigantes.
Kai of Iska.
Will support you. King Lot of Lothian.
Gawain of Lothian.
Etar of Demetia.
Lancelot of Bannock.
We will fight with you.
King Arthur!
King Arthur!
I want you to perform a favor for me.
Another!
Listen, it's very important. I want you to introduce me to Arthur.
And why would that be?
Well, as representative of Siluria...
Guinevere, you are not representative of Siluria. You're 15 years old, and neither a warrior nor a king.
Lancelot!
Arthur, congratulations. Inspiring words.
Thank you, Lancelot. Come, we have much to talk about.
Arthur. May I introduce you to...
Guinevere of Siluria.
You're a lucky man, Lancelot. The Princess Guinevere is beautiful.
Oh, no.
Oh, no! You misunderstand. Lancelot is my guardian. He was fostered by my father's court many years ago. He's like a brother to me. The brother I never had.
Like a brother. I see.
King Arthur. Cousin. For too long now you have lived without the knowledge of your parentage. And at long last, the royal bloodline of our family has reached the throne once more. Wear this, Arthur. Wear this with pride. And you will never be without a family again. Everyone has gained a king here today, but I have gained a cousin.
Arthur, you have your companions. Now, defeat the Saxons and bring the true gods back to Britain!
First the sword and the stone, and now the questing beast. Remind me, how did it go?
The men of Dartmonia need no magic trick to find a leader of men.
The sword is cursed! No man can move it!
Then why not let a woman try?
Yes, why not a woman?
No! What we need is a warrior!
Stand aside. Make way for King Lot.
Your Majesty!
We grovel at your feet!
I'm King Lot, and I have sired a lot. I need no sorcery to claim my right to the kingdom.
Practicing for Beltane, are we, King Lot? It's not for another 3 minutes yet, you'll have to wait till then.
I'll bed you all in Beltane.
What's this? The questing beast!
Oh, go on, Arthur, get this sword out.
Training
'tis. I suggest you attend to them. Mervyn! Are you a child to play whilst your elders work?
Colonel's horns, Merlin. Merriment is a gift of the gods also. Or are you above those two? Actually, no, don't answer that one.
I am one with the gods, as you should be.
Merlin, allow them a little merriment. After all, we have been waiting 17 years for this day. We have our choice of king.
But if we are to keep our choice, we cannot rest. We must water the seed we have planted.
Indeed, Merlin. But seeds grow in the spring, and spring is not a solemn time.
And seeds grow in the earth, and the earth is your domain.
Thank you, Merlin. And now let us take counsel from the gods to nourish our little sapling.
Tan winds, be stored. Tan winds, be stored.
Contemplation at the sacred oak.
Training your successor well, I seen him away. She's a credit to you. I'm really enjoying the display.
Merlin, if we are to go away, who will watch over the king?
Who will stay and guide Arthur in his path?
Not I.
No one?
Will no one take this responsibility?
I will.
Are your shoulders strong enough to bear the weight?
You would entrust the future of the land to him?
You would prefer Morgan?
We have no choice.
We have no choice.
It is decided! For good or ill.
To your tasks!
Away! 3 years now at Arthur's court, and your father finally lets you out alone!
If I had a wife as shapely as his, I wouldn't leave my bedchamber for 3 years either.
Urians, once more your wit is matched merely by your good looks.
Oh, Urians.
Lancelot, how fares my good King Arthur?
Well, and he'll be pleased of your company tomorrow. Despite growing popularity, he still cherishes the presence of his original companions.
Never before have so many warriors gathered under one banner.
And tomorrow another joins to swell our ranks.
Enough of tomorrow! Who has a story to tell? Where are the bards?
We don't need the people of Avalon to tell us bedtime stories.
Kai, I'm sure you've got many fascinating stories to tell.
Not for your ears, my lady.
Oh, come, Kai, don't be so shy. Let us hear some story.
Knights of King Arthur reply to our needs. Songs of the bards are full of your deeds. These should be told, keeping silent is wrong. Your noble modesty robs us of song. So come and tell of your tales.
Good idea, Kai. Tell us the story of Lady Morford. There is no tale to tell.
That's not what I heard. Lady Morphy, a most beautiful and virtuous knight with the fighting strength of any man.
She defended her honor against malicious gossip by beating Kai in the champion's fight.
Less of me, more of Gawain!
Gawain, son of Lot, who travelled from the north.
He's not that tall.
Sorry, Gawain, who defied his boorish father and beat his way to Arthur's fledgling court.
He proved his worth against the Green Knight with great honor.
Gawain the Conqueror!
I heard that story, and some people say the Green Knight was sent by Morgan Le Fay. Whatever her motives, Gawain wrecked her plan. He tells all who listen, he's grown to a man. That's a quest I'd be willing to take.
And just remember that it is peace that has afforded us this joviality. Gawain! Where? Urian! And Bedivere, the man who can fight 1,000 with his arm tied behind his back. And Lancelot, the man who has kept the Lady Guinevere chaste for all these years. I've been chasing her for years.
Though you must finish, your tales are now done. Service continues, you have to be strong. Memory lingers and down through the years. Songs of your victories gladden new ears, you will live. Each time they are sung.
Merlin, it has been 3 years. You look old.
I feel the years, but I have battled time before. I know its ways as you do not.
I care less and less for the world of men and its ways. Timeless Avalon is my domain, and I have been away from it for too long. The search has been hard. You have not found Arthur's partner?
I have not, but I have sensed her presence.
As I have. Her presence has touched my cheek like the breeze. But when I turn to behold her, her face is hidden in a fog not even the gods could dispel.
3 times I have stood in the sacred groves during the rites of Albert Heaven at midsummer, and I have sensed her near, but still, the gods walk their own paths, and we must bow to their counsel. So, but one question remains.
Indeed. May then! So, 3 years under your stewardship and the land hasn't fallen to pieces.
No.
And Arthur is still alive?
Yes.
We are impressed.
And what of your quest? I see many companions have joined Arthur from afar. But have you yet found him a suitable mate?
No.
We have felt her presence, but we have not seen her face.
I have seen her face.
In the bottom of a barrel of mead, no doubt.
No, she's at court.
What?
She's at court. Arthur seems pretty fond of her, too. You should see the way he looks at her.
What's her name?
Guinevere.
Guinevere? That Christian harlot? She is not a harlot. Do not defy me, Merlin. You are not yet that great. What have you been about in our accents?
Merlin, you may not kill him. It is against the teachings.
Thank you.
But he will be punished.
As shall we all. The
Lot, what news of your lands? And Chudric, how fare the people of Gwent?
Trained like the legions of Rome, but with the hearts of Britons.
And our men in Siluria are fewer in number, but greater in strength and will. We will need more time, Arthur.
Andurians! Patience, Urians. You will soon hear the battle call. Come, my companions, for Britain! For Britain! Welcome, friends, to this, our annual gathering of celebration. In the last 12 moons, our land has grown ever stronger. And now, it is once again time to strengthen our circle of companions. Who supports this new knight, Percival of Kenfrid?
I, Lady Morfydd, as the last of those to join your circle.
And I, Tudric of Gwent. Percival is from my kingdom.
Old friends. I see the chief druids have returned to us. I would spend time with them. Welcome. Merlin! Merlin, I've missed you. You've been here too rarely these last 3 years. I've heard your counsel only 4 or maybe 5 times. Now, how am I supposed to rule without my chief advisor? Are you still on your mysterious journeys? Or are you back for good?
Arthur, my boy, what a grand court you keep now. I don't know whether we'll be returning to our journeys. That depends on you, rather. Come, Arthur, greet my lady.
Nimue, the Lady of Avalon. It's good to see you here again. And have you brought my sister, Morgan?
Morgan has been in instruction for many years now. But yes, she is here to share your day.
My little brother Arthur.
Now, Arthur, we must talk.
Story time. Everybody's waiting. Merlin, Nimue, you do know the story, of course.
Merlin, we will talk afterwards. I have news. But first, Percival, tell us your story.
I'm a simple man, of simple stock. But the love of Arthur raises ordinary people to the level of kings.
May the gods help us when the lowly become kings.
Although you see me standing here alone, I received much help from the ordinary people of the land. They knew me as a humble blacksmith, but they armed me with the most precious of their sacred treasures and saw me safe to the starting point of my quest to become a knight worthy of the Circle of Companions.
Guided by the prophecy burnt into the sacred oak, Percival embarked on a quest to forge a sword worthy of a true knight. He travelled to the far extremities of the land where the last rays of the sun turned to caress the earth. There, he found a segment of iron ore.
Percival then journeyed to the gorge near Ravonna, where the sleeping dragon lay. And, using the fire from the dragon's breath, he forged a mighty sword.
As the prophecy foretold, Percival journeyed next to the highest mountain in the land. Impassioned as he was to complete his quest, Percival struggled forever upward until he reached the summit. There, as if sent from the gods themselves, cutting wind sharpened the blade so that it could never be blunted. With his new sword in hand, Percival descended the mountain and continued on to the next part of his quest.
The thundering of cascading water led Percival to the foot of Swallow Falls. As he sipped the mystical water, a beautiful stallion emerged from the mists at the foot of the falls and presented itself to him. Percival mounted the stallion, which with great swiftness led him to the court of King Arthur.
Well told, Percival. You have indeed shown true valor and earned your place in my circle of companions. Merlin, as always, your people of Avalon have provided an entertaining retelling. Now, friends, before we continue with our celebrations, there is one more who I wish to be brought forward and recognized by this court as my companion. As you all know, any future companion must be presented by a tested warrior. But in this case, I think you will permit me to bend the rule. Instead, Lancelot, as representative of Siluria, and thus guardian to the Princess Guinevere, I ask your permission to marry her.
You have my permission to ask her, Arthur, and nothing would make me happier than to be rid of her myself. However, she'll want to make up her own mind. I should warn you, she has a tendency to do that.
A gracious speech, Lord Lancelot, as always. But Arthur knows my mind. I have already agreed to become his wife.
My lords, ladies, and people of Avalon, I give you the future queen of the Britons.
Hooray!
No! What's wrong, Merlin?
Arthur, we will never allow you a Christian queen.
It's hardly your concern, Morgan of the Fairies.
I knew you were a fool, Guinevere, but I did not think that you would dare cross the path of Avalon.
The path of Avalon is overgrown and fading, Morgan, as is your influence.
Oh, for once in your life, can you stop talking and let us take action?
You are above yourself, Morgan.
Morgan, you do not speak for the Merlin. Nimue, she's out of all control. And as for you, Arthur, how dare you take this decision without first consulting me?
Why should our king listen to an old bard as long as she can produce an ass?
It is your king who is out of control, Merlin. Morgan! Morgan!
Merlin, calm down.
I shall turn your food fire like a fire.
Have you all forgotten so soon what it is that we are here for? For Britain! One Britain. I will not listen to your arguments. I will be Guinevere's husband. She will be the queen. Religion aside, she has the strength and compassion which will allow her to fulfill her duties to this nation. And that is my decision! There is always balance. You, Merlin, taught me that. This marriage will represent a joining of the old ways with the new. In my Britain, no voice will go unheard or ignored simply because it is a quiet one. Just as the strong and the powerful will not dominate unless their motives are true. I believe the gods will do as they wish, whatever methods we use to praise them. Yes, Merlin, My heart stays with the old ways of Avalon, my home. You taught me well, but it may not be the way for all. I beg you to accept this marriage, knowing that I will always be true to you as any children of mine will. Guinevere wishes to have a Christian ceremony, but she understands that I must have our union blessed in the old ways that so many Britons hold to. My companions, and Avalon, I give you Guinevere, my chosen queen. The ceremony will take place as such things do at midsummer, and I charge you all to attend. Don't desert me over this, Merlin. I am wedded to Avalon, but I love Guinevere. Stay with me, Merlin.
The world has gone mad! How dare Arthur disobey me? The Merlin who gave him his sacred knowledge. Has he forgotten the source of his kingship?
He is bewitched, Merlin.
Go by the gods, he is mine! I made him! I can destroy him!
Do not let your passion overrule your wisdom, Merlin. We must match the fire of Arthur's misplaced love with the cool waters of reason.
Did the cool waters of reason prevail when you chose Uther to be king above my father?
Morgan, your father was no ruler for Britain.
My father would have brought this country back to the light.
He's tough! Silence your insolent tongue before I decide to wrench it from your mouth and make an offering of it!
Oh, please! Can we return to the matter in hand? What exactly are you afraid of? How much harm can this mere slip of a girl do against the power of Avalon?
If Arthur loves her, then she has power over him.
And if the Christian God speaks through her, as our God speaks through us,
She could entice him away from us.
the old ways will wither.
But we have many gods, and she has one. This Christian God poses us no threat. Let it exist alongside ours. And in the end, the people will see their folly and come back to us. Free.
But what happens if they don't? Would you be content to be a mere bard to a king? To relinquish your role of advisor, counselor, and voice of the gods? Arthur Pendragon will wed the Christian Guinevere at midsummer. The marriage is flawed, but a son will be conceived on the wedding night. A son who will be everything his father is not.
The gods have spoken. Our path is clear. Arthur must have this son, who will grow into manhood before the father dies and lets the land fall into chaos once more. He will be schooled in our ways, so that Avalon can survive.
Pendragon shall produce an heir, a true king born out of the noblest bloodline. The blood of Gorlois and the blood of Pendragon shall mingle in the child, and I will have restored my rightful position, mother to the next king.
We must look beyond our pride,
Guinevere,
Oh no!
Lancelot, come drink with your king.
Guinevere, may I congratulate you on this wonderful occasion?
Guinevere, bride to our king and queen to our country.
At last our people can look forward to a truly united Britain. Your devotion and loyalty to Arthur are an example to us all.
Forgive me. I am overwhelmed by your kind words.
Arthur!
Morgan! Morgan! Morgan, where are you?
Arthur!
Morgan of the Fairies. Sister.
Arthur, I have brought a drink for you.
No, Morgan, I've already drunk enough.
But this is a gift from Avalon. I have made it from mandrake and other sacred herbs. It is to celebrate your marriage to Guinevere and the land.
Morgan!
A celebration? You call this wedding a celebration?
And now this Christian queen will turn Arthur's court into a haven for Christians.
Friends,
This is supposed to be a happy occasion. Let us drink to celebrate their union.
This is no happy union.
Atar is right. The joining of two conflicting beliefs will surely anger the gods.
Well, King Arthur will only have himself to blame when the country comes crashing to its knees. You mark my words.
Lancelot! Lancelot! Congratulate me.
Congratulate Arthur. Arthur, you're not well. Wait, I'll fetch water.
Arthur!
Guinevere.
Come, Arthur. Let us celebrate our wedding on the land, to gain the gods' blessings on such occasions.
But what about your Christian beliefs, Guinevere?
Come, Arthur. Let me show you.
Morgan has betrayed the future! Go!
Rivers flow onwards, our tale moves apace. The ancient gods fight with a new Christian grace. Friends that were trusted where treacheries passed. With no comfort given, we bent to our task. To fight for our dream, Avalon. Sword of the Syrian strength that must see us through. Vengeance must be our pledge. Uniting the people will work as our greatest defense. The battle calls. Have you heard of the maiden who ravished a king? Disaster, destruction is all it may bring. Enchanting a leader, disturbing a line. Rhythm of royalty beats out of time as she swells. Child of our Avalon. Heard of the maiden who ravished. Disaster, destruction is all it will bring. Enchanting a leader, disturbing a line. Rhythm of royalty beats out of time as she swells. Child of our Avalon.
Tildric and the tribes of Gwent!
King Lot of Lothian!
Bedivere of the Cordovici! If we fight with this spirit tomorrow, we will have nothing to fear!
My men are trained warriors, not mere knighted blacksmiths.
Is that so? Well, I'll have to show you how real men fight in battle.
Oh, you can try.
Hold, brothers! We've been on our feet all day. It is nearly sunset. We must prepare for battle. For Britain!
For Britain!
It's been 9 months already.
Merlin said that a child would be conceived on the wedding night. If his prophecy is accurate, an heir should be born before the next moon.
But the young queen shows no sign of bearing Arthur an heir. Have you seen any signs of a child?
How would you tell?
Well, she would grow wider. Does she swell?
Oh, you can't see anything under those long robes she wears. I'm sure a child will be born soon. They seem truly content.
Yes, well, Tudrick and I were once contented, but it gets lonely as a bride wedded to a knight.
I will never be lonely. My lord will love me enough for 2 men.
Yes, well, we shall all wait for that happy day, shall we?
One day, just one day, I would like to fight a battle on a horse.
Ah, that reminds me of my last quest, when Tristan of Kernau and I killed 15 men on horseback.
My last battle at the Lost Lands was on horseback. We charged to the shield wall, and we killed any man, woman or beast that got in the way. We just don't have enough horses for the armies.
Lady Morpheus' lack of experience concerns me.
And why must we fight with that Christian Tudrick?
Because if we unite as one country, we will defeat the Saxons.
I care not who I fight with, as long as by sunset I wade in Saxon blood.
Lift your spirits, young warrior. Things aren't so bad as they seem. But remember this. You must study your opponent. Watch his every move, so you know what he will do before he does it. Anticipate, so you know when to strike. Most importantly, you must learn not to fear death. And if all else fails, knee him in the groin!
I see you are training the Lady Morpheus well. Companions, the decision is made. We will fight the Saxons at Mount Badon tomorrow. Yes! I will hold a council at sunset. Go now. See that your armies are fit for battle. And bid farewell to your families.
Arthur, the battle draws close, and I'm afraid you will not return.
I, more than any man in this kingdom, have good reason to return.
And when you do, the bards will write stories about your great victory.
Yes, and in years to come, I will tell our children of this victory over the Saxons, and how he brought peace to the land.
Children, you've heard the gossip then. It seems that my womb is the subject of many conversations these days.
It's natural for people to talk. The country needs an heir. And well, even I find it strange that after so long...
We must be patient, Arthur! God willing, it will happen soon.
But Merlin said, and I've never known him be wrong before. And well, after our bonding with the land, well, I was sure that...
Oh, you and your Avalon beliefs, Arthur! Patience!
Yes. Well, I have good news. Lancelot has returned to us from his homelands across the seas in Bannock.
Ah, Lancelot!
Oh, yes. How we need Lancelot for this battle.
And so I'm here, Arthur. You look older, my friend.
Perhaps, but still a good few seasons younger than you, Lancelot. My friend, it's good to see you. And how did you find the Franks and the fair fields of Bannock?
Dull. I am not built to be a farmer, and slaughtering swine is far from an exciting challenge. And I missed you, Arthur.
And I you. We have much to talk about. But first, I think there's someone who you would like to see.
Lancelot!
My queen.
Well, I shall leave you for a while. You must have much to talk about, having been apart for so long. But join me soon, Lancelot, in my council.
My Lord Lancelot.
My lady. Please. I serve you as my queen. The day that you were married, Guinevere, I lost you. I gave you up to Arthur without knowing my own mind, but I'm his first companion. and it's with him my loyalties must lie. Now if I may take my leave, my queen, there's much still to prepare.
Lord Lancelot! Will you not take your queen's hand before you go?
You are my queen. But if you were not, I would serve you, adore you, worship you, still.
Battle calls, the fight upon us. Saxon blood is our dream.
Now the power of the gods will form a shield, protect us.
If we should fail, what of our children? They will be Saxon slaves.
If we hold to our resolve, the land will strengthen and be
We will be strong, a sword of iron, eager for Saxon blood.
worthy sacrifice to please the gods. Stain the earth blood.
Hatred and fear, we will embrace you. Gather Britain as one.
Sun and moon shall sing of victory.
Glorious are the dead. For this worthy cause, we will shout their names loud.
We will sing the praises of this day.
The last drop of blood, the last man alive, will not yield to the foe.
Alone shall give thanks to the noble dead.
Battle calls, it is upon us. We shall fight, we shall win.
As dawn rises above Baden Hill, we begin our attack. We march over the hill with the first rays of the sun on our backs. It will light the terror in the faces of our enemies, whilst they will see only shadows. A cry goes out, and we begin to run down the hill. There is a crash like thunder as our swords meet with those of the enemy. The air is filled with roars of anger and howls of pain. The noise seems to grow louder and louder as though it will never stop. I see warriors, both friend and enemy, fall as the onslaught continues. My throat becomes hoarse, my arms as heavy as great oaks, but still we fight on. The great bards will say that Arthur killed 300 this day. I look for Arthur, but instead see only the flash of sunlight against steel. but in the mud beside me. As I bend to pick it up, a huge shadow blocks out the light. I fall to my knees and close my eyes, sure that my death is upon me. I open my mouth to scream and hear a final cry cut short in the throat as my face becomes wet with blood. I open my eyes to see what death has brought me. And in place of the enemy, I see the boy I trained, now truly fit to be called king. He reaches down and helps me to my feet. Together, we walk through the bodies of the slain, steam rising from their still fresh wounds. Our arms are covered in blood that is not our own, as we make our way to the victorious warriors of Arthur's army.
Champions of Basin!
Arthur! My men are no longer bored!
But they are still fat, hairy, and ugly.
Not to such an extent as to keep them from your bed.
Calm your tongue, Kynagras. The battle is fought and won.
Yes, and I'm glad that you were all there to see me defeat the Saxons.
Defeated them on your own, did you, Geraint?
My skill and strength go a long way.
Well, some of us have skill and strength combined with courage and agility. Come on, take a real warrior.
My friends, each one of you fought with the strength of the bear, with the cunning of the fox, and most importantly, with the spirit of the Pendragon! Just as I promised you, by working together, uniting under one king, putting aside your various beliefs, and believing in my dream of a united Britain, we have driven the Saxons from this land! Look around you now. Mark the names of those who stand with you in victory. Bask in the glory of those who died for our cause. And rejoice in a victory won, not just for today, but for a generation. Go now. Return to your homes. Mourn for your dead. And enjoy the still, blessed calm that each one of you more than deserves.
Long live King Arthur!
Arthur for Britain!
I killed 30. I killed 30, I tell you.
You go down, Harry. I saw you go down.
Morgan, where were you? Did you see the battle?
Arthur, your son. I've called him Mordred. He's only a few hours old.
What?
Don't you remember your wedding night, lying on the land?
That was Guinevere.
I deceived you, Arthur. Just as your father deceived mine. That was me.
No, Morgan. No!
Yes, Arthur!
No, Morgan, it's a trick. It's one of your games.
You must remember, underneath the oak tree, you took off my cloak. We lay down. You placed your hands upon...
No, Morgan, stop! Why? Why would you want to do that to me?
Well, Arthur, where should I start?
Morgan! This action is beyond our understanding!
There is no taming this selfish streak. You are no fit successor to Nimue.
Have I taught you nothing? What thoughts ran through your mind?
I thought he should know. He has a son.
This was no selfless act. You have always defied the gods and confused the sacred ways with your own ambitions. For 9 moons you have kept silent, refusing to explain why you tricked Arthur.
Yet now you confront him in this way. You have betrayed your teacher, made a mockery of your knowledge. Do you dare to presume to ignore the gods? You disgust me!
Take this, child, and remove yourself to Avalon. It is not safe to let you wander the land.
Nimue.
Get out of my sight!
Why, Morgan? Why? Arthur, my... No! Merlin! How could you let this happen? Just leave me alone.
Arthur, you're alive! God has answered my prayers and returned you safely to... Are you hurt? Arthur? Something troubles you? Arthur, turn and look at me! Arthur! Turn and look at your queen! What do you know? Oh, no!
12 years passed. During that time, Arthur became a king of legend. A peace was made with the Saxons. They kept some of their land. Arthur was tolerant of all, but kept his faith with Avalon. He and Guinevere loved each other, but no child was conceived. She and Lancelot kept their secret as best they could. Morgan did not return to Avalon. For 12 years she kept her son hidden from all eyes, but with every passing of the moon, Mordred was shaped by the ways of Avalon. But Morgan's Avalon. Then, one day, she returned with the boy.
Dragon, I wish to be your friend, not your enemy.
the gods will it.
She has much explaining to do. When I get hold of her, I'd really go...
My lady!
Do you turn from us as you have turned from the gods?
I do not turn from the gods.
Explain yourself.
Why, Arthur?
The glorious Merlin's child. He is not the god's choice of king. He is yours.
Oh, do enlighten us, Morgan. Who is the god's choice of king?
My son, Mordred.
Go on.
Can you show me a child who has more right to the throne? My father Gorlois had as much right to the throne as Uther Pendragon. He was truly faithful to our cause and more honorable. Were you blind, Merlin? Even when Uther asked you to make an adulteress of my stepmother Igraine, you could not see the folly of building a royal line on deceit.
That is exactly what you propose to do.
What choice do you leave me? When you meddled with the Pendragon, you severed the lifeblood of a true royal line. Although I will never become queen, my royal blood flows in the veins of Mordred, Britain's heir. You always taught me to follow the will of the gods, however hard that may be. And that is exactly what I have done.
I have loved you as my own. And you have always excelled in everything I've taught you. Perhaps it is time I should allow you to teach me now.
Merlin.
My vision is clouded. So what now?
To secure the future, Mordred must be presented at court in 3 years' time, when he is 15.
And acknowledged as the heir to Arthur's throne. Is it agreed?
It is agreed.
Battle of Longbourn, Sir Geraint.
Every worthy soul of Dunmonia was there, sword in hand.
Ha! The news that met Lothian was that of a cowardly retreat.
Oh, brothers! What news of the threat from the Irish?
The stories that reach our kingdom greatly embellish the strength of the Irish. On my last quest...
Enough of your fascinating tales, Percival. There are more pressing matters. I lost 10 good men at the Battle of Longbourn, and I'm still waiting for replacements.
Yes! How many children are to be fostered at court this year?
And who is this one?
He is the son of my sister, Morgan of the Fairies. He is 15 years old, and his name is Mordred.
I don't want a fatherless brat of the fairies in my army!
Well! It appears the pup's bark seems to have gained some bite.
Now, Arthur! Silence! If Arthur wants this boy in court, then it shall be so.
We must welcome the newcomer in the tradition of our forefathers.
To your court, my son, Mordred. I trust you will welcome him. I know he will serve you well.
Mordred for Arthur!
Mordred for Arthur!
Mordred for Arthur.
Oh, I trust you're satisfied now. Now that your son has taken his place in my court.
Our son, Arthur.
No, Morgan. Go back to your Avalon and leave me to deal with this terrible wrong.
No, Arthur. I will stay here to care for our son until he has assumed his rightful position in the circle of companions.
Father.
You will address me as your king.
Am I to assume then that you will address me as your heir? For 3 long years I have been at Arthur's court, and at last the time nears for me to escape the overwhelming stench of purity. My training is complete, and now not even Lancelot is my equal. Arthur's dream of united Britain does not even extend to his closest companions. Lancelot's devotion to his queen battles with his loyalty to Arthur. And in Lot and Uriens I sense more than a little discontent. My course of action is clear. More and more of the Britons see Christianity as the way forward. So I shall make my stand before them, not only as Christian king, but as rightful heir to the throne. This will be my strength. Whilst Arthur worries over Guinevere and the old gods of Avalon, I shall make my stand. As the people turn to follow one God, so Arthur's circle of companions will fall, leaving just one voice to rule Britain. Arthur does not acknowledge me as his heir, so I shall take the kingdom from him instead.
Christianity! Did I spend all those years training you in the way of Avalon for you to turn to just one God?
Calm yourself, Mother. If turning to one God will ensure my rightful place on the throne, then so be it.
And you really believe that Avalon will allow such a thing? A Christian on the throne!
Let them try and stop me! Avalon is fading fast, Mother!
How can you speak such things?
I only speak the truth.
And the truth lies in Avalon! Obviously my truth means nothing to you!
Obviously, Mother! I'm tired of listening to you! You have no power over me!
Mordred, I'm your mother!
And Arthur is my father. I will not wait forever for my rightful place in this court.
Mordred!
Enough, Morgan! Return to your precious Avalon. I never want to see you again.
Mordred?
Ah, my Queen Guinevere.
difficulties with your charming son.
Silence!
Oh, come, Morgan. What do you expect? It's obvious that he's inherited his mother's wild streak. Or perhaps it was his father who had this lack of self-control.
Lack of self-control. That's hardly the way to talk of your husband. What? Yes, Guinevere. Arthur is the father of my son.
You're lying.
Am I? The Merlin predicted an heir would be conceived, a child on your wedding night, and there he is! There he is! And oh, you're still without a baby!
I don't believe it. I won't believe it.
Oh, Guinevere, it's all well. It seems that something vexes you.
It cannot be. It's impossible.
It is possible. It's quite simple. I deceived him. There's a little game in Avalon called Let's Pretend. Oh no!
God have mercy on your soul.
Morgan, leave my court. I never want to see your face again. Guinevere. Guinevere, please. I love you, Guinevere. You have to understand.
Understand? Understand? How can you possibly ask me to understand? And you wonder why we are without child? Do you think it is God's will that I bear you an heir? When you have lain in the arms of a pagan woman?
Guinevere, please.
No, Arthur! What's done is done. And God have mercy on us all.
She's really done it this time. Keep your distance. Stand back.
Finished gossiping, have we? I'm glad to see the sheep are back in their pen. The ram returns.
You are a disgrace to this sacred isle. You have no place here. The misprotecting Avalon will forever bar your return.
I need neither you nor Avalon. You are the past, old woman.
And who will welcome you? Your bastard son, Arthur Guinevere?
Don't mention that woman's name in the same breath as my son!
Mordred, Guinevere, Mordred, Guinevere, Guinevere, Mordred! Aren't they both Christians, too?
Silence! I will not listen to you!
And how will you stop us? You have no power.
And what of yours? Avalon is fading. Arthur is broken. Guinevere and Lancelot have seen to that.
Avalon may fade, but it will never fail.
Because we are united in purpose. Who do you have now that you have betrayed everyone? Even the gods!
fairies.
I think I'll go see how Arthur fares. Will you join me, Merlin?
No. I'm tired. You go. Summon me if you have need.
You have trained your successor well, Merlin. He's a credit to you. I really enjoyed the display.
You sent for me. How can I be of service?
Bedivere, you are my oldest friend. I have received words from Les Britain. Ectorius has been seriously injured fighting the Goths.
My sword is always ready to strike for my king. I owe you my life and more besides. I'll leave at sunset.
No, Bedivere. Ectorius took me into his home when I was a boy. It is my place to be with him now.
I'm indebted to him too, remember? At least let me accompany you.
Very well.
Good. And what of Britain? Who will lead in your absence?
That duty will fall to my first companion. I leave Britain in his care.
Lancelot!
My decision surprises you.
And Queen Guinevere? Will she accompany you?
The battlefields of Les Britain are no place for a queen. The danger is too great.
Arthur, there is danger closer to home than the Goths!
I know! I understand your concern, my friend. But I trust each of my companions to keep the peace in my absence. Even Mordred.
Arthur, your son has been here for 3. He makes no secret of the relationship. Your son has been here for 3 years now. The Saxons call him evil counsel. He's not fit to be at your court.
I know that, Bedivere. Why is it I can have order in my kingdom, and yet none in my home? Guinevere barely forgives me his presence. I am helpless in this matter.
Soul is tainted by my heart. fight or stay my hand. Temptation breaks my life to leave the land. I am king, should I fight or stay my hand? Will this battle save us? Distance grows between us, love that will not leave us apart. Will this battle save us? Distance grows between us, love that will not leave us apart.
Temptation breaks my life apart.
Arthur is losing support whilst he's away in Less Britain. Mordred knows what to do to unite the land.
You are blinded by lust, Malign.
I'm not the only lady in court to be blinded by lust.
What do you mean?
Mordred believes that our queen is not as loyal to the king as you are.
Ha! It's good to hear ladies talking of lust rather than battle, which should not concern them.
I'm glad you find jest in such triviality, Urians, when there is a divide in Arthur's court. My ancestors betrayed Britain to the Romans. I will not let such a division happen again.
The effects of a woman.
Well, we all know where Guinevere's loyalties lie. How can we trust a man whose first companion betrays him?
Honour is important to him. He helped me restore my good name and welcome me into this court.
Perhaps the first companion should be on Arthur's side.
He is on Arthur's side. Arthur's side of the bed.
She has betrayed her Christianity with this filthy adultery.
We should catch them whilst the king is away.
You wouldn't dare attack our queen!
Companions! Look at yourselves. Not many moons ago we sat in a circle as brothers. But now we confront each other with foolish words. How did it come to this?
Noble Gawain, you are right to be concerned. I can also see a divided nation forming. I also dream of the united Britain I once dreamt of as a child. But since my arrival to this court, I have witnessed growing uncertainty, disharmony, the decay of a nation, a circle of companions, and, most importantly, a king.
How dare you attack the honor of Arthur without him present to defend himself?
Well, he's not here to defend himself. And where is he when his country needs him the most?
Calm yourselves! This is precisely my point. We spend too much time arguing and squabbling amongst ourselves instead of getting to the core of the problem. This court is rotten with betrayal. You see, this is what Arthur does not understand. Men don't want brotherhood. They want leadership. And how can we be led by such a weak king? A king that can't even control his queen, let alone his country. No! You misunderstand me. I wish to fight with you, not against you. Let us do as Kunigla suggested. Let us catch the lovers. You can't do that.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, we can.
Come with us now to seek out these traitors. Join me now if you also long for harmony.
Never. Lies with Arthur.
Never. They're mostly women anyway.
My apologies, but I am swiftly discovering I am not cut out for kingship. I've neither the skills nor the patience necessary to keep these squabbling companions at bay.
Nonsense! Your strengths and abilities surpass those of any other in the court.
Perhaps. But still, I am no Arthur.
That's hardly a fitting comparison, Lancelot. Anyway, Arthur will be returning soon, and you will be free of that responsibility.
And I'll be back to disciplining over-enthusiastic young warriors. Or more likely, traveling once more.
Traveling? Again? But Arthur will need you here, Lancelot, especially if Mordred continues in his wild vein. I don't trust him, Lancelot. And besides, I don't like it when you go away. I love you, Lancelot. I love you so much.
Well, well, well! Caught with the Queen, Lancelot! What will the king say? Clyde!
Run!
Tracer!
There's no need for this!
Betrayer!
There's nothing to cheat!
No, Urians! Take him alive! Urians! Back! He's mine!
Avalon was rapidly fading into the mists of time, as men's minds turned from spiritual matters to that of greed, treachery, and disloyalty. I was powerless to help Arthur as he faced a country in rebellion on his return from Less Britain. Mordred had done his wicked work well, in pulling half of Arthur's legions to his side. Arthur's first companion, Lancelot, had had to escape the court, taking Guinevere with him, for fear of her very life. Arthur felt betrayed and alone, bereft of all those dearest to him. I did what I could to help my king devise a strategy to rid the land of Mordred once and for all. And so, after months of heavy battle, Arthur came to Camlan, by the river, late one summer's eve, to meet his son and enemy, Mordred.
Well, look who it is. First companion turned first betrayer.
I've no argument with any of you.
Maybe I have argument with you, friend. Because of you, our country stands divided. Our king without a queen.
Do you think I'm not aware of that, Bedivere? Just let me speak with Arthur.
You barely deserve your life, Lancelot. You're in no position to demand counsel of the king.
Silence, Bedivere. Let him speak. My lord, I beg permission to fight under your banner. I'm a warrior with nothing left to fight for except you.
And where is the Queen?
The Queen has joined her Christian sisters in seclusion. She begs her lord's forgiveness.
My Guinevere. Locked up. Lancelot. She chose this?
Yes, Arthur. We couldn't live. Please, may I fight by your side?
If I am to die this day, then I should do so with my first companion at my side.
See how many of your old companions fight for me! Where is that team of yours gone now?
You are well named, evil counsel!
For you. Where are your companions now? It's not a nice feeling, knowing you're alone, is it?
I am not your father!
No, you never have been, but I am still your son, and therefore the rightful heir.
Well, better to leave the country without an heir, than to leave it in the hands of a selfish, twisted, inhuman... You will never rule this nation!
Oh no, father!
me go home. Bedivere, let me go home. I have to go back to Avalon. Let me see the Merlin. Take my sword. Throw it back across the lake. The Merlin, he will come.
Chill winds wrap my soul, my life's sun has now set, and winter creeps into my heart. Britain cries out in anger, bereft of her king, bitter grief tears the earth apart. Yet I'll not weep, Arthur does but sleep. The king shall rise again. Till hope dawns anew, we shall strive to be true, though we cling with love to our pain. Merlin. Merlin, I failed you. I have not been the king you wanted. The Saxons have not left these shores. The old gods are no nearer our land. Merlin, I'm sorry.
Arthur, my wayward pupil, do not judge yourself by the measure of ordinary men. Peace and unity you have brought to the land is rare, and is not easily forgotten. As long as Britain lives, your name will stand for all that is good and true in its people. And Avalon? Avalon fades, pinned beneath the stones of the carpenter, but does not die, as you shall live in the hearts of men. Avalon shall live in their dreams. Come, Arthur. Come with us. Back to Avalon. Your home.
Winds wrap my soul, my life's sun has now set, and winter creeps into my heart. Britain cries out in anger, bereft of her king, is her grief tears the earth apart. Yet on what we Arthur does but sleep, the king shall rise again. Till hope dawns anew, we shall strive to be true, though we cling